If you play League of Legends, you might have gotten bopped by Twisted Fate, and you might have asked yourself, should I play Twisted Fate? Actually, odds are you haven't, because only a moron, a spastic, or a 14-year-old would actually find this character fun or interesting. TF is like the least cool character in League, and you'd actually need to have brain damage to find him interesting to play repeatedly over a long period of time. I get pissed off just looking at this champion. His dance is the fucking Gangnam Style. Fuck! Let's go over his kit. His passive is loaded dice. Each time he kills a unit, he gains 1 to 6 extra gold. What a fun passive, dude. You'll have a couple hundred more gold each game. I really love these interactive mechanics that really let your skill as an individual shine in League. TF's Q, Retardo Cardo, throws 3 Yu-Gi-Oh cards at your opponent. If they're not trash, stunned, or in melee range, they should be able to dodge these 90% of the time. It's an unintuitive ability that relies more on your opponent's stupidity and lack of skill than your intelligence and mechanics. His W, pick a fucking card dumbass, is arguably his most skill-based ability. You press it and a card above you starts cycling between 3 colors. You can then press W again to lock in one of the 3 set cards. One of them restores mana, which lets him sustain his mana in lane. One of them deals AoE and slows, and the last one stuns your opponents for up to 2 seconds when it's maxed. For a TF player, pressing W and then quickly pressing it again if the card you want is the first one is the most advanced high APM macro level play you can make. Twisted Fate's E, Heart of the Cards, is a passive that grants him bonus damage every 4 auto attacks and attack speed. Now one thing I do like about his kit is that this in synergy with the AD scaling on his W allows for AD Twisted Fate to be a somewhat viable build. And finally TF's ult, Destiny. As if he wasn't edgy enough already. Activating it grants TF vision over all enemy players. It can then be reactivated to let him teleport really far on the map. Destiny will reveal you no matter what, if you're stealthed, shitting, taking Baron, playing Fountain Guard, or jacking off, and is overall one of the main reasons people play TF. This all is fucking bullshit, and is what makes TF a real fucking spurg to deal with. He can gank bot or top viciously throughout the game. He can split push like a mad cunt. He can join team fights, it can be used to escape, engage, chase, hell you can use it to get to lane, it's versatile as shit. So to recap, we have a slow moving skill shot that moves in 3 lines, decide between spell, monster, or trap card, not even an interactable ability, and a bullshit teleport. And as brain dead as this is gonna sound, I can't with a good conscience say he doesn't take skill to play. This champ is actually pretty hard to get really good at. In the beginning when I was learning him, I kept telling myself that TF was just a shit champ with a low IQ kit, but the longer I played him, the more that notion faded. I grew addicted to how goddamn cheesy this champ is. Late game, you literally one-bot people before they leave your stun, you're clear as one of, if not the best in the game, and overall you're just such a cunt to play against. But although he is hard to learn, he doesn't really require you to think once you've mastered him. He might not be a skill-less character, but he sure is a brainless one. Now to give the differently abled who didn't understand a fucking word I said an idea of the point I'm trying to make here, I've produced a visual representation of what playing TF is like. To really get the message across, this is what a mirror lane matchup is like as TF.
Your move! It's time to...
My doctor says I'm missing most of my brain cells. I have a Toyota Supra. I have severe schizophrenic delusions. Supra. I don't even know which one of you is real. It can go really fast, like vroom vroom vroom. Here's a tip. If you want free drugs, just go to a psychiatrist and tell him you play Twisted Fate. He'll prescribe you every ADHD medication known to man along with a variety of antidepressants, painkillers, and benzodiazepines. Speaking of drugs, I've been completely sober for 3 months, and I can't recommend it at all. This shit can't be healthy, guys. Bang one for me, lads. When you play brain-dead retardo champs in League, instead of thinking about the game, you can spend time thinking about ass and titties. And once your brain has become physically dependent on ass and titty thoughts, it subconsciously stops you from playing champs that require you to think. Look it up, it's actually a real mental illness. It's called CVHD. No hate, go hard, no rest, come on.
Ass titties, titties, ass and titties.
TF, Thresh, Fizz, Singed, and Truck Simulator. Which one of these 5 is different than the others? You have 5 seconds to choose a response. If you answer Truck Simulator, you'd be wrong. The correct answer is Thresh, because he actually requires you to fucking use your brain. Sometimes I like to play around with the thought of what level a human could devolve into if they decided to play TF almost exclusively and have nothing better to really do with their time. I think it's humanity's best hard counter to Darwinism, and if such a fellow exists, he must truly be one of the least intelligent creatures on planet Earth. But enough about the incredibly rare combination of mental illnesses you'd need to main this character. It's time to weigh the pros and cons of playing TF. Pros: you can teleport for those nasty ganks. You have really good map presence, you don't have to think, and it's a blast cheesing people with this fuckboy. Cons: you have no escape. Except for y'all, actually. Fuck, I didn't think of that. Scratch that one. You get dumpstered by many better mid laners. You have an underdeveloped brain. You're either squishy or useless. You're an easy target in teamfights, and you're prone to getting crowd controlled. Conclusion:
The graveyard.
all in all, TF is alright. He can be pretty fun because he's so cheesy, and if you want to go full cheddar, ADTF can just someone before they even get to move their guy. If you know how to build him situationally and play around your team's strengths and weaknesses, you can actually get to have a pretty good impact on the game. But his Q is mostly just landed on opponents who can't dodge or are stunned by your W, so people who are either impaired from moving in game or impaired in their brain. Your W, which is one of the two abilities you can use frequently, is a point and click. I would lie if I said there's tons of depth in this character. But let's talk about his lore for a bit, because it's pretty interesting. Twisted Fate is the so-called Card Master. He got this title when he was undefeated at the International Yu-Gi-Oh! Championships 6 years in a row. He has charmed his way across all of 4chan. He's known as the King of the Spectrum, the undisputed artist. He greets each day with fingerless gloves, a mocking smile, and insouciant swagger, studying the blade and rolling around on his heelys. His parents couldn't afford education or nutrients, so instead they taught him the magic of the cards. He soon learned what it was like to be hated for being so different and fucking stupid. TF was exiled one day when Child Protective Services were called after his mom tried to convince him to try meth just once. He then traveled from town to town, always having to rely on winning the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament to have food on the table. And that, my friends, is how he became the King of the Spectrum and earned the nickname Autistic Fate. A lot of people have asked if I would ever make a full ADTF video, and the answer is no. If I ever made such a video, it would be full ADHD Twisted Fate. Also, look at this female Twisted Fate. Ooh yeah yeah. I'd diagnose her with my ADHD dick. I'd slap her all around, I'd fuck her up, and I'd fuck her downs. And on that note, it's time to rate this champion that's played by mentally defective, slow-witted, simple-minded, lame-brained, subnormal morons. Wait a second, I play Twisted Fate. Starting with the looks, if he wasn't such an edgelord, he would be rated much higher in my book. But due to his actual genuine fedora and nothing personnel kid anime protagonist stance, mixed with his pretty alright in-game model, I give Twisted Fate's looks a 5 out of 10. And as for his gameplay, it's a bit loony. That is to say, the fellow who designed this character must have been mentally deficient, defective, disabled, deranged, or otherwise mentally ill. It gets a ludicrously mindless and trivial, yet somehow fucking fun at times, out of 10. And finally, for the only score that actually matters, my personal enjoyment, I give it a 9. Gag. Should you play Twisted Fate? No, in fact I'd advise you to not even play League of Legends today. Take my advice, unless my voice really turns you on, you probably haven't jerked off in a while, so let me be the first to remind you that porn exists. There, I just gave you free pleasure, motherfucker. As a service of gratitude, I demand that you plow that like button like we're at your hand in about 2 minutes time. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
Hey everyone, so that's a little bonus content, just a little snippet of a reward for making it to the end. I'm going to be doing a pack opening of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards I bought for this video. So let's get into it. I gotta do this in one take, because, you know, I can't really open them twice. What do we got here? We got Enemy Controller. One of the best cards in the game. The Legendary Fisherman. Malevolent Catastrophe. Elegant Egotist. And Jinzo. So, yeah, that's my card opening of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City Duelist pack. Subscribe for more card openings in the future. And as always, squeeze me.
I'll just activate this trap card. No!